Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kaz. I'm an intuitive and a healer. Today's video is going to be on what energies are coming in for March 2024. I have 3 piles for you to choose from. Number 1 is the Merlinite. Number 2 is the green Adventurine. And number 3 is the Amethyst Angel. I'll also be pulling some more crystals in each group so I can channel through them. So use your intuition to choose a group. You can look at the stones or you can just think of a number, and the timestamps will be in the description so you can go straight to the group that you want. I'll see you in your reading. Group 1, welcome to your reading. I'm going to bring in my big bowl of crystals as well that I'll use in a second. I'm going to channel through the Merlinite first. Okay, I feel for you that some of you in this group, something quite significant happened around Christmas time, and it is something that's had a few aftershocks coming up until March as well. So it may be something that you can think of specifically, or it may have been something that you've tucked away in the back of your mind and it's going to come forward in March. It's something that has come up through healing, basically. So it may have been that something happened at a Christmas event and it either shocked you or sort of surprised you in some way, and you have put it on the back burner, but it's now coming up to be dealt with. And it may reflect something that was going on in your childhood that you haven't yet come to terms with or haven't yet healed within yourself. So it's something that is going to be highlighted in March and will need to be addressed. For some of you, I'm getting that I'm hearing the word foreigner. So there may have been someone who's not normally at your gatherings or has only just come into the family, or may even be from a foreign country that has got a part to play in this. So it may be that someone from outside of your usual group has come in and upset the apple cart a little bit. So this has been challenging for you, and now it needs to be addressed. So good luck with that, group 1. I'm going to pull a couple more crystals for you. Okay, we've got a tiger's eye here. Okay, I feel like you're swimming in a pool, and it may be a pool of emotion. Like, it might be quite an emotional month for some of you. Some of you may literally be swimming in a pool, especially if you live here in Perth. It's been very, very hot. And I'm feeling that you may be a little bit overwhelmed with your emotions, but what I'm hearing is stick with it, because you will come through this and you will feel so much better for it. It's something that has been percolating under the surface for quite some time, and it's time to be dealt with. We're actually in a really prosperous time for healing. Now, I say it like that because it is really fertile time to heal anything that's been grumbling away under the surface for a long time. And it may be that whatever it is that's grumbling away has given you different symptoms, if you like, in different areas of your life. So, for instance, if you've been struggling with money, it may be because of this thing that's holding you back that needs healing. Or if you've been having trouble in your relationships, once you heal this primary reason, then you'll find that other things will heal. Or you may decide that, one of your relationships or more than one of your relationships isn't working anymore and isn't good for you. So it's kind of healing whatever needs to be healed is almost like a catalyst for other things in your life. All right. Next we have this Amazonite. Yeah, I'm still feeling like there's shock waves. It's a really interesting feeling. It's like when you throw a stone into a body of water and there's ripples coming out. So there was some event and you're dealing with the shock waves at the moment. the way to actually stop these shockwaves is to deal with the primary issue. I am getting, for some of you, this stems from something that happened when you were 5 or 6. Now, it may be that you started school and you're separated from your mum for the first time. It doesn't have to be anything dramatic or out of the ordinary for people to go through. It may be more of a transition in life, but it really affected you at that time, and it may have been some abandonment issues or thrown into somewhere that wasn't familiar to you. So your safety and security was rocked, and that's what's causing the shock waves. Let's draw one more crystal, because I'd like to get something else about March. This is dominating March, so we've got clear quartz for you. We're still on the same theme here. So this is about seeing things clearly as they actually are, because it may have been that you've slipped into a bit of a fantasy life or a fantasy world, and seeing things with rose-coloured glasses on. So it's time to reflect on what you're doing with your life, and whether you love your life or whether you're just surviving in your life at the moment. Because some changes may need to be made here for you to feel that you're thriving again. I'm hearing that there's some sort of rock and roll theme. Maybe you loved rock and roll when you were younger and you need to listen to more of it. Or maybe you were in a band and you really loved that and you miss that, but life circumstances have kept you away from it. So bringing music, it may even not be rock and roll, but I feel it strongly is for some of you, that maybe that bringing music back into your life, where perhaps there's other things, maybe you've got kids' music going on and not your music, or something that you really used to enjoy music-wise that is no longer a regular feature in your life. So that would help with this as well. I'm going to choose one more crystal. Blue lace agate. Yeah, I'm feeling that we're still on the same theme. So I haven't got many different themes for you. I apologise, group 1. If you'd like to see anything else, maybe go to a different group. But I feel like this is kind of the final stage in healing this thing. So it may have been that you have dealt with this in the past, but it's this other layer that's coming up that's almost like the seed that all of the other wounding has grown from. And you've been cutting down the plant, this weed of wounding over time. And now you're getting to the real seed of it, the primary issue. And once that's gone, I see you in a beautiful meadow. That's just like your life just opens up and becomes this wondrous thing that you think, how did I even get here? I went from this, where I felt I was in a box, to this open, amazing place that's full of opportunities. So group 1, that was quite a deep reading for March. Best of luck to you, and I will see you in my next video. Group 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the Adventurine. I'm also going to use my big bowl of crystals to pull some other crystals out randomly for your reading. So let's just go here with the Adventurine and see what's going on. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of greenery for you. You may be out in the garden, you may be wanting to get out in nature, you may actually be adventuring or trekking in nature. There's a lot of greenery around you. I feel like you need to submerge yourself into a very natural landscape at the moment, but I'm seeing it's very lush. So it may be that maybe you're going on holiday to a tropical area where everything's overgrown and lush and it's all green and it just looks beautiful. I feel that your soul really needs this. It may be that when you booked this holiday, if it's a holiday, you were worried about the money side of things, but you really felt drawn to do it, and it's because your soul's calling you to do it. For others of you, I see that you're immersing your surroundings in plants. So it may be that you're designing a new garden or putting more plants into your garden. Some of you may have just moved house and you're upgrading the garden to your tastes. But there's a lot of greenery around you. For some of you who none of these things relate to, it may be that you just need to get outside in nature. I'm seeing like green rolling hills and trees and other things. And it may be, for some of you, like little waterfall or brooks. You may just need to get out and get outside and breathing some really fresh, natural air. I feel like there's a real shift in your soul when this happens. There's something that has been wanting to come through into your life, but it needs a natural landscape to do it. And I'm not seeing any arid landscape. I'm seeing lots of green. So that may be something that you're wanting to do. Maybe you've had this idea that you would do this for a while and you just haven't done it. Now's the time. Let's see what else we have for you. We've got a black agate here. Yeah. So what I'm getting is that there's some aspect of your soul that really wants to release something, and it may not even be from this lifetime. There's an old wound here that you've been carrying around for a long time. I'm hearing for some of you a millennia, and it wants to be released. And the way to do that is to get outside in nature, really bond with Mother Nature, or to surround yourself with natural living plants, and especially with very green wide leaves, I'm seeing, and that will help bring this wounding up to the surface. Now, you may even not know what it is, but you might start feeling crappy. And by that I'm saying your mood might go low. If you've got any addictions to anything, they might start rising, because it's a wound that just needs to be dealt with, and it's going to rise up and you'll think, what the heck is this? I was doing okay in my life and suddenly I feel like everything's going wrong. Now, it isn't going wrong. What is happening is this wounding with all of its associated energy is rising up to be released. And sometimes when that type of thing happens, it can have quite an effect on you where you feel very unstable in your current life. Now, it won't last long. It'll last at the most until the end of March. For some of you, 3 or 4 days. For some of you, 1 to 2 weeks. It just depends on what it is and how fast your body can process it. You can speed up this process by meditating every day, by spending a lot of time in nature. I know for some of you it's very hard with workplaces and finding space in nature, but even if you can get outside during your lunch break, that will really help things. And spending some time by yourself, because what's going to happen as this wound comes up, you're not going to feel happy around other people. You're going to feel quite intruded by their energy. So just by removing yourself as best you can, I know it's very hard for some of you with young families, but just do what you can to have some of your own time and find a little area where you can have your own space, because this needs to be cleared. And you chose to clear it in this lifetime at this time. You may not clear everything in this lifetime, but that's okay. I'm getting for the majority of you, you will clear this. It's going to be cleared swiftly, and like a month is swift for wound healing of a spiritual level. So, but just be aware of that we are in a time right now where it's very fortuitous to be clearing these ancient wounds. The energy is right for it now. So a little bit of discomfort for a short amount of time will bring a lot of luck for the future, is what I'm hearing. I Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Let's see here. Okay, there is a spiritual revolution going on here, and you volunteered to be part of it. So this is the time to be dumping wounds, because as lighter energy is coming to the earth, and I'm actually seeing symbols and light, they're almost white symbols coming down. So you may even get a download with this, once you've done this clearing of this ancient wound, that's going to be useful in this time of light that's coming up. Yeah, and I'm seeing that there's actually strands of DNA, if you like, actually being upgraded after this wound is cleared. And it's almost like you're removing this wounding, allowing more light to flow in. And that's how healing works anyway. But it's like it's a mass of black energy that's going out, pop, like that, and suddenly all of these light, white symbols fly in, awakening you further. You may already be very awake as far as spiritual practice goes, but I feel it's going to go even further. And you may awaken to new talents that you didn't know that you had. Support yourself nutritionally, good food, lots of water, lots of sleep and rest. You may find that you're very, very sleepy, but don't be alarmed, okay? Just see it through to the end of March and know that this is something that your body is trying to catch up with the energy that's happening. There's a lot of internal energy going on. You may feel hungrier than usual. Because your body needs the fuel to get through this. So let's see what else we have. I've got some sea glass here. This represents all the green again. So, I mean, there is a lot of green. There's a big green theme going on here. You might want to be having things like green smoothies and having a lot of green salads, adding spinach to things, maybe even some wheatgrass, because I feel like you need the chlorophyll as well, and that will help with this transition. Group 2, that's all I have for you. Good luck with that removal of the ancient wounding. I'll see you in my next video. Group 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the Amethyst Angel. I'm also going to choose some more crystals from the big pile here in my bowl as we go along. Now, I'm just going to preface this by saying that these have been quite deep spiritual messages that have come through for March, so we'll just see how you go. All right, let's have a look at what our angel has to say for us. Oh yes, you're going through a deep spiritual cleanse too. This has been a bit of a theme in these readings. So for you, you may find that this extends for about 6 weeks. It may go into the middle of April. There is almost like some sludge that needs to be cleansed from your energy field. So this is sitting outside of you rather than inside of you. For some of you, I feel that you're collecting bits and bobs from other people and it's just weighing you down. It's like you're carrying a couple of sacks of stones over your shoulders, and it's not your energy, it's everyone else's energy around you. You may be caring for other people, you may have a lot going on in your family at the moment, and you're running around trying to do everything and be everything for everyone. Now, sometimes in life we have to do that. However, I'm just going to say that you're living your life for you, and you can't do everything for everyone without putting energy into yourself. So when your cup is full, then you can give to others. So if you find that you've been in this situation where you've been giving, but not receiving anything, you probably need to take a little step back. Now, obviously some of you will be in situations where that's impossible to do. So what the suggestion here is to find some space and time for yourself. Once a day, get outside, go and sit in a park, on the ground if you're able to, and just be. It's going to take some practice to stop your mind from running at 1,000,000 miles an hour, because I feel that this group in particular is juggling a lot of balls at once, and you're worried that you're going to drop something. But what I'm seeing here is that this sludge needs to be cleared, because what it's going to do is these rocks are going to get too heavy to carry, but they're attached to you and they're going to drag you onto the ground. So you will find yourself in a state where you literally are physically unable to do anything for anyone. You might be struck down with an infection, or you might break a bone or something. Okay, so this is imperative for you to be proactive on this. I'm not wishing any of that on anyone, but that's just the way that the energy is presenting itself at the moment. Like the universe will stop you, and you will then be forced to put time into yourself. So I feel like you do need to get outside. You need more sleep, most definitely. You may even need to have a nap during the day if it's possible for you to do so. But I feel like you need to really look at what you're doing in your life and start to think what you can let go of, because you are just carrying way too much and you can't sustain this long term. So I feel that even by clearing just this sludge that you've got going on, which is other people's energy, you'll be able to have a bit of a second wind. But this is going to take a dedicated practice for about the next 6 weeks to be able to get to that point. So during this time, it would be really good to have some reflection on what you were doing for others and whether it's really necessary, or are you just enabling them in their lives without getting anything back from you. So when there's an imbalance between giving and receiving, whether it's either way, the universe tries to restore that balance, and it may do it in ways that your subconscious has manifested. So there may be a loss of something. So often when there's a loss of something, it's the way to get us to stop in our tracks. So I want you to think about COVID as a whole globally, and how a lot of people were stopped in their tracks from their busy lives and made to reflect on all these different things and what their life was about. That was a great turning point in this century, because a lot of people have changed things that they didn't like about their lives. And I feel that this is a bit of a nudge for you to do the same, without it becoming anything disastrous, without it becoming a tower moment. You have the chance here to be proactive and slow down, get out in nature, maybe go for a massage or meditate daily. There's plenty of healing videos on YouTube where you can release sludge. I'm going to call it sludge because that's how it's presenting to me in my vision. And just come back to centre, because that's where you need to be. Let's see what else there is for March for you. Yeah, I just feel like there's so much overwhelm here, and you really, really do need to let go of stuff. I don't want to frighten anyone. So, I don't want this to be a scary thing. I want this to be a prompt for you to get into looking after yourself. And this is the universe's big message for you. Start taking care of yourself. And it may be something simple like going to bed an hour earlier to get a little bit more sleep. and just start there. It doesn't have to be a whole lifestyle stream. It needs to be, do one thing for yourself every single day, even if that's going down to the local park for 10 minutes and sitting on the lawn, or, you know, sitting somewhere in nature, because your body can't sustain it any longer. Yeah, I just feel so incredibly tired. I also feel that you're quite dehydrated. So you may be drinking a lot of caffeine to keep yourself going, but it's having a very dehydrating effect on you. So I'm seeing like smoothies, like natural smoothies, maybe with some nuts if you're not allergic to them, some greens, some fruit and some water, and just blending it all up and having some of those on a regular basis. I feel like you're nutritionally depleted, maybe because you're under so much stress and you're burning things up quickly. So adding some cacao powder to a smoothie will really help, because that's high in magnesium and Bs. Yeah, you just need a whole rebalancing, a reset if you like. And this is the universe's gentle nudge to get you there. Is there anything else? Okay, I'm feeling that if you go ahead and release some of this sludge, it'll lead you down a little path that you hadn't expected to take, and it's a very positive path, and there will be a really nice reward coming in around September. September is important in this, so it's almost like the universe recognises that you put positive energy into yourself instead of giving, and you've taken time for yourself. You're starting to rebalance the give-take, and there'll be a lovely positive reward around September. I'm not getting anything about what that is. It may be a surprise. Yeah, for some of you it's a surprise, but also I'm getting that it may be different things for different people. Okay, group 3. That's all I have for you today. I hope you take some time for yourself and recalibrate and get back to where you're feeling good in yourself. Thanks for watching me. I will see you in my next video.